catastrophe in the cryptocurrency market, as we're not even anywhere close to a bottom, as I can foresee and foretell and forewarn of a crypto bottom. Hit that bell notification, like the channel, subscribe, and share. Comment down below in order to push us through the elusive YouTube algorithm, in order to sidestep and audible the market manipulators, so we can fleece, heist, and shite, the fleece, heisters, and shysters, so we can walk away with all the fucking money. Wow, there's an actual 3-month time frame now on here. That's kind of craziness. But you can see, I could even foresee, I was trying to go to the monthly time frame. Go crypto investing, and we have that much anticipated Fed meeting going to take place this week. And the Fed is going to raise interest rates again, as inflation came out a little hotter than expected. And the Fed will raise interest rates. It's just, is it 75 basis points, or is it 50 basis points? That is to be determined a little bit later on today, or this week, as the Fed is meeting. Right, as you can see, the Fed over here. The Fed is meeting. European markets close lower as investors look ahead to Fed, ECB, European Central Bank meeting. Dow jumped more than 250 points, rebounding from worst weeks in September. 24 minutes ago, I'm assuming that's the worst week last week. In September, inflation data Fed meeting will set the table for 2023. What to know, right? If we take a look at the Yahoo article, a little snippet of it. Highly anticipated reading from the Federal Reserve. Last policy decision of the year. Highlights discussed. U.S. economy highly anticipated. First week, last week of 2022 on Tuesday. The closely watched consumer price index, or CPI, for November may foretell how much higher rates can go in the coming year. And on Wednesday afternoon, the Fed's latest monetary policy decision will almost certainly deliver to investors the 7th and final interest rate increase in 2022. The government retail sales report Wednesday, report on Thursday morning, will add to consequential week on Wall Street. Right? Economics projected headline CPI rose 0.3 last month, a marginal declaration from the 0.4 increase seen in October. Estimates compiled by Bloomberg show on an annual basis CPI likely rose 7.3% in November, down from the prior year-over-year of 7.7, so slightly lower. Core CPI stripped of volatile food and energy consumption, it was still up 6.1% over the month, yearly slightly less than 6.3% in October, right? So slowly down in the core CPI as well as the normal CPI. And now everyone's starting to talk about a recession in 2023, and I believe that will be an official recession in 2023. As we look at the crypto price, as we know, we've been waiting for some kind of a bounce or some kind of a dump, and still the crypto price has been down, and we're trying, if we've been in a weekly dump, if you see all these weekly candles, we've only had a few green candles in the past 12 months. It's been very bearish, and you can see where we're sitting at in the Bitcoin price. It's still at that major support level. As we zoom into the hour time frame, or the daily time frame from the weekly, you can see we're sitting at the bottom part of this blue trading zone, which is, you got to try to stay up here, and you're trying to hold this as bullishness at about the 16,941 area to try to pump up to 19,200. As you can move from the bottom to the top, or the top to the bottom of these ranges very quickly, like you shot right through right here, because there's not a lot of trading within this area, but there's a lot of trading at the top and a lot of trading at the bottom. And then you have your swing low down here at 15,341 and 11 cents. If you break this, you would come straight back down here again, right? And try to hold this, because if you broke that, you're going to hit our 2022 target of 13,336. I pushed it on over here to the left a little bit, and you would quickly flush through that and come straight down. Just like in this white area, there's not a lot of trading there until you get down towards the top of the last line of defense shithouse at $11,495.49. That's why this is the critical area that you hold up here on the Bitcoin price, but you're getting rejected by the 50-day moving average right here after the great dump and the FTX collapse and another leg to the downside and another catastrophe in the cryptocurrency market, as we're not even anywhere close to a bottom, as I can foresee and foretell and forewarn of a crypto bottom. Hit that bell notification, like the channel, subscribe, and share. Comment down below in order to push us through the elusive YouTube algorithm, in order to sidestep and audible the market manipulators, so we can fleece, heist, and shite, the fleece, heisters, and shysters, so we can walk away with all the fucking money. Wow, there's an actual 3-month time frame now on here. That's kind of craziness. But you can see, I could even foresee, I was trying to go to the monthly time frame, weekly, monthly time frame. I could even foresee us coming down all the way into here on the Bitcoin price as this bear market continues into 2023. I could see us capitulating all the way down here to $3,369.69 at the bottom part of the last line of defense to the shithouse, and that was your capitulation low back in the 2000 after the 2018, after the long consolidation. That was your COVID capitulation low, right about $3,369, right? And I could foresee this happening in the Bitcoin price, and that would be a cataclysmic catastrophe from current price at about 16,000. That would be an 80% dump from where we're currently at, and from the all-time high, that would be a 95.69% flush. And that is entirely possible and something that I'm watching out for as we work our way into another bearish year in 2023, coming off of an extremely bearish year in 2022, right? And then if we look at everyone's favorite XRP, XRP is very bearish too. Very bearish. I can't stress that enough how bearish it is. And you can see this has been one catastrophe so far in the XRP price. For anybody that got suckered in again on the most recent peak and the most recent bull run of 2020 to 2021 during the COVID pump, right? If you got bought in on the last pump, not even counting if you bought it on the pump before, because everyone's been telling you it's going to $10, $100, $1,000, and $10,000, you are down an astounding 82%. And we were forecasting this as we had that underneath target of 18 to 22 cents, which would have been at 18 cents. Where's my 18 cents? At 18 cents, that would be from the top a 91.11% flush, and that was forecasted by Vincenzo'S Gold Crypto Investing all the way back here when we were going through the hype cycle, and I told you what was going on, and that's why we've had this underneath target ever since then as the price went sideways to down, as we laid out in a couple videos ago and in videos in early 2021, why we thought the latter part of 2021, 2022, and 2023 were going to be a multi-year bear market. Watch those videos in the archives. We laid it all out there and set the stage for you, and it's been following the plan, it's been following the technical analysis, and it's been following Vincenzo's forecast ever since then. As you can see in the more recent time frame, we're currently still in the same area where we had this big run-up that we called, if you watch those videos back from September, had the big run-up and then the consolidation. We laid out how you could get up here, but it was most likely that you came down here, bounced off to 29 cents, just like we did after the great June flush, and we did it again right here after the great November flush. Got some support, but now we're sitting on that critical 37 cents that we were using as support here. We flipped it to resistance in June after the flush. Then we got resisted in late June. We got resisted in July. We got resisted in August, traded along it, and flushed it at the end of August. Then we traded below it, but on the 32 cent major support in the red, which is the volume indicator. Then we finally pumped and broke it and flipped it back as support, or attempting to flip it as support back on September 20th. Then we got rejected by that 50 cent overhead blue resistance box. Resistance, rejected, one final rejection. The big hook nose 2 bearish reversal pattern right there drove you all the way down to that 32 cents. Got supported, traded along to on top of that 37 cents, and finally got a little bit of a pump, but got rejected by the 50 and the 100 in red and blue respectively, and then we came back down to the 37 cents. And that's where you need to hold. That's what you have to hold. And if you don't hold this, you're coming all the way back down to 29 cents. And then that brings in your end of the year target if you weren't able to hold this major volume indicator area. Because if you're below this, you're very bearish. Above it, you try to get bullish. And what the fuck is going on up here? Why aren't we moving anywhere? But you would try to get bullish if you bounce when you're coming from above. There's buyers, just like you had buyers after the June flush, buyers, November flush, buyers, right? So this is a critical area in XRP, because if you can't hold this, you would flush down into this 18 cents, but most likely all the way down to 12 cents, right? If the buyers can come in here, you could try to pump up from the 37 cents all the way up to the 50 cents in the next couple of weeks. And that's what it's looking like there. If we look at Cardano, Cardano is very depressed. We've been telling you that Cardano was going to be very bearish, and we're still sitting here in Cardano. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this. Fuck this nonsense. This ain't moving for fuck all. Like, what the fuck? The light's just not fucking changing. Now it fucking changes. You fucking kidding me? Fucking thing's not changing, and now you want to fucking change because I get out of the fucking lane. But you can see Cardano has been very depressed and suppressed, and it'll continue to be suppressed and oppressed for the coming time. And then you can see we tried to warn you at Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing that this is going to happen, or was going to happen, and actually did indeed happen as we forecasted. And right now you're sitting just above that 20-cent major support level and below the 43-cent major upper resistance. And those are your two current levels in the XRP, or in the Cardano, in this suppressed state, as the volume has went to nothing, as it's been for quite some time. And those are your areas we're going to continue to watch out for as the days and weeks and coming weeks and months go by. We'll give you another update on some altcoins a little bit later on today, and some more Fed news. Peace and love, my beautiful audience.